oil can trophy, which is staying in Fresno, is Coach Jeff Tedford. Coach, congratulations on winning the West. Has your phone been blowing up a little bit the last couple days?
A little bit, yeah. You know, I think there's a lot of people that are happy about that. And so, good win for us against a great program. San Diego State's a really tough team and came in. It was a hard battle. And so guys competed well for all 4 quarters, and really thankful and fortunate to come out on top.
How about the atmosphere at Bulldog Stadium Saturday night? It's the biggest crowd since last year's season opener when Derek's number was retired. Did it feel like the most engaged crowd you've had here?
It did, for sure. Yeah, it was. Felt like the fans were into it the whole game, and not just on third down, but throughout the game. It was a great environment to play in, no doubt. And that always gives our players a lot of energy, and it makes it tough on the opponent. So I was really thankful and pleased and appreciative of the fans for coming out and supporting us.
So what are you playing for this week? What's at stake in your mind, and how do you frame that for your team?
Well, it's another opportunity to go out and compete. And, you know, it's our last time out in the stadium for our seniors, 27 seniors that, have been through ups and downs here, and it's their last time to compete in front of our crowd and go down that ramp. And so it's a rivalry game, and, you can throw records out. I've learned this over time. When they're rivalry games, you can throw the records out. I know San Jose would be really motivated to come in here, and, we need to have a great week of preparation and focus on taking care of business and, really concentrating on us and making sure that we can improve. That's always the goal, is to try to get better each and every week, and it will be no different this week.
You always talk about things that you learn in a game as you break down the film afterwards. Was there anything particularly that stood out about this effort against the Aztecs? What was really pleasing to you, and what you said, hey, we need to fix that?
Well, yeah, I think the things that we talk about all the time of competing for 4 quarters and not turning the football over and winning the field position battle and playing physical. I thought our guys did a nice job of bouncing back. The first half was up and down a little bit, and they hit some big plays on us, and then we're able to stop that. And then, we played physical on defense as far as stopping the run, and then we were able to kind of get the run going a little bit and stayed pretty efficient. Third down percentage was good for us, and that really comes with managing situations and staying in front on schedule, I should say. When you're in some third and mediums or third and shorts and not third and longs, but knew it was going to come down to that through this game. It was going to be a battle all the way through, and field position was going to play a big key. Special teams, all 3 phases, but there's always things we can improve with. Not letting guys get behind us, tackling. Ball security, even though we didn't turn the football over, I didn't think our ball security was great, and we have to improve on that. But overall, the guys played really hard, and I was pleased with that.
Coach, I know it's a rivalry game. I know it's senior day, but the West is won. The Mountain West title game is ahead of you. Is there ever a thought, even a small one, that you maybe rest some guys to make sure they're all healthy for that Mountain West title game?
No, we're going out to win the game, and it's an important game, and it's a rivalry game, and we take a lot of pride in that. And our seniors, like I said, to be able to do our best to make sure that these seniors leave the stadium with a good impression and good memories of what goes on in their last game in Bulldog Stadium. So our goal is to prepare and do our best to try to be successful on Saturday.
Coach, recruiting obviously very important in college football, and defensive line is often pointed to one of the tougher ones to recruit in this conference. By my count, your starting defensive line on Saturday, KT, Pat, Kwame, Michael had a combined 0 Division I scholarships out of high school, and they held San Diego State to 100 yards under their running average. Can you quantify how much those guys have stepped up and played a big part in this year's team.
Yeah, they've done a great job. They really have, and guys like Pat Bellany, I have a lot of respect for that. 2 years ago, it looked like, he may not play a role, on this team, but or a significant role, I should say. But through his hard work and dedication, and what he's done in the weight room, and how he's just continued to compete and believed, and we had some guys banged up in there. Jasad didn't play last week, and guys needed to step up, and I thought he did a really nice job. And so all four of those guys really, have, and it's not just them. It's it's a team effort on defense. It's not just the D line. It's the linebackers, but they play a significant role in absorbing blocks and taking on double teams, so our backers can scrape and make plays, and our safeties get down there and things like that. But I thought those guys played really hard and stepped up to the challenge.
And of those 4 starters, 3 were ones that your staff recruited. Can you also quantify your staff's ability to find guys that were probably overlooked elsewhere?
Well, I don't know. I mean, that was, when we first got here, the first thing we needed to do was evaluate who we were and what we felt like our needs were, and then to go out and try to find guys, that would fit. And, so Kwame and KT and Michael are all new to the program. And, so we're really fortunate that they're here, and that they fit in the way they fit in. And it's a continual battle, to make sure that you're evaluating properly, and you find guys that are the right fit for our program, and those guys definitely are.
And with San Jose State, a new offensive coordinator this year, what have you seen from what they're trying to do with this year's team?
They're explosive, big-time explosive. They have some playmakers. Even though the quarterback didn't play last week, I would anticipate that he plays this week. Really good player. They can run the football, and they can make big plays in the passing game. They played a lot of close games. This last week was close, and played a close game with Wyoming, played a close game with San Diego State. So they're right there. They can do a lot of really good things. And, so we're going to have to play our best, because I know they'll be fired up to come in here, and very motivated, and they definitely have the ability to put some points up, and they've done some good things. So going to be a challenge for us.
Coach, with a 27-member senior day class, it'll take a while, obviously, for these guys to run down the ramp and be recognized, but how impressed have you been with the way these guys have battled from when your staff first got here to where they are today?
Well, very impressed. Because when a new staff comes in with a team, our approach was not, and someone mentioned this the other day, that they weren't your recruits. Well, that's not the way that we approached the situation. When we got here, everyone was Bulldogs, and we're a family. And, of course, when you get here, they don't really know who to trust or how to trust, or, what we're trying to get done, or things like that. And so there was a transition period for sure. And but I'm really proud of how they trusted the process, how our relationships have grown, not just on the football field, but off the football field, what they've done academically, the class and integrity that they've carried themselves with off the football field, I think is a big deal. It's something that we preach, that we have to be good representatives of this program, not just on the football field, but so I really believe that this group has done a great job of bouncing back off of maybe some times that weren't so enjoyable. But it didn't happen by accident. It happened because they trusted, they believed, and they worked really, really hard. And so I have a lot of admiration for how they bought in to the program, what we're trying to get done, and everything about them, as players and as people. Sometimes, and we've seen this in the past, senior day is a time for little role reversal.
have any defensive guys come up to you and said, hey, I want to play offense. Can I get in the end zone? Can I score?
No, I haven't done that. Everybody has their job to do. That's what's great about this team is it's not about them individually and what they're trying to get done. It's more about team, and and that's the way it's been and what the focus has been. And I'm sure it won't change this week. We know the challenge ahead, and so everybody play their role, and hopefully we can stay healthy through practice this week and go out and give our best effort.
Coach, Thanksgiving's Thursday. What sort of plans do we have for the team Thursday night?
Well, we'll have practice early on Thursday morning, and then we'll have a Thanksgiving lunch here, and then we'll make arrangements where guys can go home, guys who are local or guys who are within traveling distance can get home, and then we'll start a little bit later on Friday. Nothing major, but if that's one of the benefits about being at home and playing in California, where when it's times like this where you can give them some time to, if they can leave here at noon and get home and be with their families for Thanksgiving dinner and then get back here by noon the next day, which is not really anything out of the ordinary for us. No, we'll have a Thanksgiving Day lunch for them after practice that morning.
And then that Boise State Utah State game is the primetime game Saturday night. Is that something you go home and just turn it on as soon as you can?
Well, I'm sure that will happen. I hadn't really thought about that, but it's been a long time since I've been home at night on a Saturday because typically I'm watching the highlights at midnight or whatever, so we haven't had a night all year long, but typically whatever the games are, we watch them, but I'm sure, I don't even know what time they play, but our main focus right now is what we're up against this Saturday against San Jose State.
And that said, Coach, and recognizing that the time to really stop and reflect is once the season's over, here we are going into the final game of your second regular season, and you have 2 division championships, and you're looking for your 20th win in 26 games. Could you have realistically expected that when you took this job?
Well, I didn't really think of it that way. You just think about one game at a time and how you can help improve a program and put a team together. And we've been really fortunate over the last 2 years to have some success. We have a great staff, and like I said, one of the first things we needed to do when we got here was evaluate our team. But before that even happened was to put together a great staff, and really blessed and thankful for the staff that we have. And not just as great coaches and teachers, but great people. It's a pleasure to come to work every single day with them. And, so the big picture, I'm not really good at evaluating, all that. We just try to stay one game at a time. And I'm proud of these kids for what they've accomplished, because I think, they're going to take this for the rest of their lives, the memories that they've had here. And I'm just happy that they've had some success, that they can feel good about what their accomplishments have been and how they've played a role in bringing back the pride and tradition of Bulldog football. And that's something that we've talked about, a long time. And since we got here, I think that's one of the things about me having played here and coached here before was that part of it. And to try to instill that in these guys, and I think that they'll leave here when they leave here with that.
And last thing, knowing that goal of a conference championship is in front of you, and there is another game the week after this one, what would you like to see in this game against San Jose State that could put you in the most confident position going into that title game?
Same as always, to execute and do the things that we set out to do, take care of the little things, and play together as a team. And It all comes down to execution. You know, take the habits that we build on the practice field and have them carry over to the game field. And that's what our goal is each and every week. And that's what